it, so I'm pretty sure you guys can see it.
I can, but I can't see it.
So I want everybody to look at this graph, and I want you to talk to your neighbor about things you notice, things you observe. What do you see? Okay? I'll give you 2 minutes to talk to your neighbor. Go ahead and go. Probably 4. Oh, I got you. Sorry. Deanera, what do you notice? Okay, it says different colors. Sure, great. Chloe? There's a normal graph, is that what you said? What did you say, Athena? Who said table? Deanera said table. It's a table, okay. What else, Chloe? It has days and numbers of visitors. Anybody else have anything else they want to add? Zane? Put that card down, Zane.
I see a chart to tell you what you're doing, like I see like a lot of visitors, like 7 visitors is on the chart.
Okay. You mean Monday through Saturday? So there's 7 days in the week. Alright. What this shows is that it shows the number of people who visited an exhibition during a week. So like Zane was talking about, Monday through Sunday. Okay? This bar graph down here is a representation of this table. Okay? So you can tell it's sort of hard to see, but here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the bar is showing us how many people attended, okay, each one of those days. You see that? You see that, Deanera? Okay, with your neighbor, I want you to do this. I want you to talk to your neighbor about which 2 days had the most visitors, and can you tell me how that's represented in this bar graph? 2 questions. First question. What 2 days had the most visitors? And can you tell me how it's represented down here? Go. how is it represented in the bottom graph?
Wednesday is right now. It's Saturday and Saturday and Sunday. It's Saturday and Sunday. It's 20. No.
All right, we got an answer?
Yes.
All right, Cameron, what 2 days had the most number of visitors?
Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, and how'd you figure that out?
I counted.
Counted? Counted what?
Well, I counted the numbers, and those were the biggest numbers.
Those are the biggest numbers. Can you show us on the board how you figured that out? I mean, it's not a tough question, right?
Go up to the
Deanna, can you help him out?
I think what he's saying is that he saw the line and it went straight to the 400. Sunday went straight to the 400, and Saturday went to.
Oh, so he looked at this. He looked at this, Cameron? All right, cool. Did anybody look at this? Ethan?
We looked at like Saturday and Sunday how they were the most, and then we knew that because all the other ones are lower than them, and then on the bar graph before they're the highest ones, and the idea that made us think that they had the most people is because it's the weekend.
Okay, oh, that's a good conclusion. Hey, so what you're saying is you scanned this side to see which numbers were bigger. And you came across these two are the biggest, and you decided on Saturday and Sunday. Okay. And Cameron, what you're saying is that you looked at the bar graph and you looked at which one was the highest, and then you noticed that that was Saturday and Sunday? Zach, do you have anything to add?
I was looking here it says 400,
Yeah.
then there's another line I was assuming that would be 450, then 400.
Got it. So you guys see how you've used the table and the graph in different ways? So Cameron used the bar graph and Ethan used the table?
Use both.
Or use both? Perfect. Alright, I want you to think about this answer to yourself. Don't go to your neighbor. Okay? On which day were there 3 times as many visitors as Monday? So think about how can I solve that question? What does that question mean? What day were there 3 times as many visitors than on Monday? If you have the answer, you just put your hands folded, okay? That way I know you're finished thinking. It is a hard question. I'll repeat it again. On what day does it have 3 times as many visitors than on Monday? If you've solved that question, think about how you're just thinking about it to yourself. Yeah, sure thing. You can sit on the floor, it's fine. You don't need that piece of paper. I'll give you a question, you come back to it. Athena, do you have an answer, Athena? Okay, what answer do you have? Saturday. How did you get to Saturday?
I don't know.
Okay. Chloe?
Because it just changes by 1/4.
Okay, think about what the question's asking. I'm not saying your answer is wrong. I'm just wanting to know how you figured that out. Ethan, how did you figure it out?
I did 150 times 3,
Ah.
and it equals 450.
Did everybody hear that? So Athena got the question right, 450. But Ethan told us that he had it 150 times 3. Why did you do 150 times 3?
Because it said, what day did they have, what day had like 3 thingamabobs,
3 times.
3 times as much people, so 150 times 3.
Right. So when Deanira said this is a really hard question, I think Deanira knows how to do this, but if I would have said, Deanira, what's 150 times 3? She would have been like, oh, easy, 450. But notice how the question is worded, and think about this, Deanira. It says, on which day were there 3 times as many visitors on Monday? So we're looking at Monday, and we want to know which one of those days is 3 times as many visitors. So 150 times 3. Good, Ethan. Questions? Nothing? Okay. How would you solve this problem? I don't want you to give me an answer. I want you to think, how would you solve it? Okay? For how many days were there at least... Now think about this. I'm going to say it again. For how many days were there at least twice as many visitors as on Monday? And if you want to think about this question also, you can say, what is that question asking us? For how many days were there at least twice as many visitors on Monday? What is that question asking us? Don't give me the answer. What is the question asking us? Talk to your neighbor. Maybe your neighbor can help you out.
Next door neighbor.
Can you help her out, Cameron? Can you help her out, Athena? You don't know it. Okay, I'm going to read the question again. On which day, for how many days, were there at least twice as many visitors on Monday? Last question was, which day was there 3 times? This one we're actually twice. On which days were there twice as many visitors as on Monday? Alana, do you have an answer to what the question means?
It means to tell you to multiply 150 times 2 so you could get an answer for that.
Okay. So if you multiply 150 times 2, that gives you an answer. What's that answer, Ethan?
150 times 2 equals 300.
300. Okay, so 300 is not our answer, though, right? Because it says, on which day, or for how many days were there at least twice as many visitors? At least twice as many visitors.
Thursday.
Well, we know Wednesday works, right? Is there any other days that work? Thursday, because they have 350, because we're talking about at least, and at least would be 300, so anything higher than 300 might be a day. Any others?
Sunday
Sunday
and Saturday.
and Saturday. Why would Friday not work?
It's lower. It's 200.
It's less. It doesn't have 300. Does that make sense? That's a hard question. So Alana helped us understand, well, we got to look at Monday and we got to multiply that by 2. Because we want to know at least how many visitors there were if it was twice as many. Bam. Ethan gave us 300. Somebody over here, Deanera, helped us with, okay, Wednesday would be on the list. And then we kept thinking, well, at least. So then we got Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Can we look at our bar graph and figure that out too?
Yeah.
Yes.
How could we look at the graph on the bottom?
Oh.
How could we look at the bar graph and sort of decide that? And we could even just see it visually. I'll give you a little like a think time. If you looked at that bar graph and you knew 150 times 2 is 300, what could you figure out from there? Liam, go to the board and show it to us.
Because on Wednesday it looks like it's half of it. Like right here it has the line.
Okay.
And it looks like it's half of it. In the middle is split it in half.
Okay.
And this one right here, it's like almost there.
Okay.
And these ones are higher, which is at least close.
Okay.
This one isn't because it's less than 300. It's not as big as.
Okay, thanks. Can anybody explain that in another way?
Me?
Zane, can you explain that?
How I got it is that 150. If you went to this one, there would be 50 more. So after 150, I kept going like 50 more. And then I found out 3 like that, and I want to make sure. So, I checked it again, made sure there's no the same as that one.
Okay, Ethan?
Okay. So on Monday there's only 50, but then if you add it double, this is exactly perfect. So put it on this line and then
Okay.
go all the way across.
Okay, and what is that telling you when you go all the way across?
That the ones that are below isn't double, and the ones that are higher is at least, so it's more.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
So if you drew a line and you went all the way across in that 300, you see 30.